Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we'll be doing a review for the Hitachi air conditioner. So this particular model I will display the model number on the screen and the model name also. So this is a 1.5 ton 3-star inverter air conditioner. So coming to Hitachi as a brand, Hitachi is still an underdog of air conditioners, and it always has been a controversial brand when it comes to especially air conditioner. They have always been late to add features when compared to LG or Samsung or even Daikin, but they have been extremely strong in the functionality of the air conditioners. So coming to this particular AC, this is a 1.5 ton 3-star AC, and it has an R410A refrigerant in it instead of R32. So I don't know what is the technical reason behind Hitachi choosing this particular refrigerant, but we don't have any idea regarding what could be the reason. So I bought this particular model for a price of 37,000 in Chroma. So what do you get is you get an indoor unit, outdoor unit, a pipe, a remote control, and all basic stuff that you usually get with air conditioners. The pipe is of around 2 meters or so, but I had to purchase some extra pipe from Hitachi to install the AC. And coming to design, so this is where this particular model gets interesting. The design looks very good when compared to other brands like LG, Samsung, or even Daikin. I mean, those all sort of models look alike, like plain white with not many cuts and creases. But the particular model in Hitachi has some smooth curves with a little gold stripe that's running in between. And this looks very good when installed. Also, if you observe one thing, this unit is large compared to all the other 3-star units in different brands. The reason being is the blower inside this particular air conditioner is at least 25% larger when compared to other models, and as usual it has an filter on the top, and this doesn't have any kind of a display on the indoor unit when it comes to looking at the temperature. So there is a very weird LED indicator called the ambient temperature indicator, which glows in like blue, green and red in color, and there are 3 other LEDs to for power on, the AC is switched on, the LED filter has clocked up, it's time to clean, and third thing is the timer indicator. So the LED filter indicator doesn't have any sensor, it just glows up when the AC has run for some particular time, and then you have to clean the filter and just press one button on the remote and it resets it. So coming to the feature list as described by Hitachi, so this one has it's a stabilizer free operation. It also has something called penta sensor. It basically calculates the load on the compressor, the outdoor temperature, and the temperature of the compressor, the indoor temperature, and the requested temperature. It factors all data from these sensors and adjusts the compressor load accordingly, so that the AC runs within its optimum range and without failure, and also the cooling is efficient enough. It also has a stepless control compressor as described by Hitachi. So it basically means compressor doesn't have any fixed steps like 10-20%. So it can smoothly operate between like 10 to 100%. But based on my experience, it only operates between 40 to 100%. So that is how it is with any other brand. And Hitachi is on the same par with the other brands in this case. Another feature is called as Hitachi Air. It means the design and the blower pattern in this particular air conditioner is different from the others. It has super slit fins, more number of fins, and the blower is larger in size. Adding to that, the condenser inside this one is also a grooved condenser. So what it does is it gives more surface area to the condenser there, and thereby the cooling efficiency is more. So we have covered the design features for this air conditioner. So if you move into functionality point of view, this is where Hitachi kicks every other brand out. So I'm not speaking about the much more premium brands, because Hitachi is in the beginning of the Japanese premium. So coming to other brands within this range, if you look at cooling, this air conditioner delivers cooling like no other within this price range or within this segment. The first thing is the cooling from the condenser is very powerful. The compressor operates very dynamically based on the indoor temperature. Also, the throw of the air is so good and smooth that it feels like a natural breeze, like just before rain. So that is how good the design of the blower within this air conditioner is. The noise of the blower is on par with the other brands. So for the same amount of noise, if you compare LG, Hitachi and Samsung, For the same amount of noise, Hitachi delivers more air. I'm not saying it is super silent. On low speeds, it is definitely silent. The outdoor unit is also very silent. You can barely hear it. So the throw of the air, it is so great that it reaches a very large area. Adding to that, the main problem with the air conditioner is if you are sitting directly below the air conditioner, there is no chance that you will get any spread of air. You need to stay a little forward from the air conditioner. But Hitachi has a unique design. There is a small vent, if you observe for the blower section. It blows in the forward direction and also vertically downward. So if you have a sofa just below the AC, people sitting directly under the air conditioner also can experience the flow of the air. So that is wonderful design identity. This is how the air conditioners should be designed. In fact, you cannot have any blind spot for cooling. So in fact, I use it for a hall compared to my other rooms where I have an LG and Samsung. So this one cools a larger hall much faster than the LG and Samsung used in the bedrooms. So that can say how efficient Hitachi is in terms of cooling functionality. So I think the grooved condenser makes a very clear difference when it comes in terms of cooling. If you go to the power usage also, it is not that high. So one only thing is, I don't think the compressor can go lower when compared to LG AC. The LG air conditioner can hit as low as 100 watts for running the compressor, but Hitachi stays around 450 to 500 watts. So even if you hit 16 on the temperature, so Hitachi plays very clear. It doesn't just shoot up the compressor all the way to the rated capacity, that is 1700 watts of power usage, but in fact dynamically it checks the temperature outside, what is the temperature inside, and based on that it adjusts the load. So this will increase the longevity of the compressor that is used inside the air conditioner, and it will also decrease the power bills. So coming to the cons of air conditioner, I didn't find many cons, but I feel the thermostat or the temperature sensor inside is not well calibrated or not sensitive enough, because sometimes I set the temperature at 27, although has room temperature gone up to 26 or 25, the AC still keeps cooling it. Because some other inverter ACs, although they are inverter, they still have a lower threshold, they cut off and they start back again. So I don't think this is a defect with this unit, but it is the way that Hitachi has calibrated the sensor. So that is one minor con, but you won't feel much discomfort with regards to that. Important thing is the remote control, and I'll explain the functions of it also. By the first look, if you look at the remote control, you might feel this looks very cheap, and it has no features when you compare it to the other brands like Samsung, Daikin or Panasonic. Those remote controls look much more classier and has more functions, has more control over the AC. But trust me, this is by far the best design to design a remote control. You have all the basic functions that you need and nothing extra, nothing over the board. You don't have anything unnecessary. You have all the necessary features and right how they should be. Because if you look at the other brands like LG, where the swing system is horrible, the Hitachi swing system is very simple. You switch it on, switch it off. Fan, you have 3 speeds. Modes, you have buttons covered. So this is a power button. You press, the AC switches on. So, and this is the temperature control. Unfortunately, Hitachi doesn't have a display, so you have something called an ambient light there. So if you keep the temperature very low, it changes to blue color. If you keep it at a optimum range, that is from 24 to like 27, 28, it shows green in color. So from 28 onwards to until 32, so it shows a red in color. So Hitachi can go up to 16, so that is the lower limit, and up we have 3 buttons like dry, auto and cool. Dry is like a monsoon mode, it just removes the moisture. Auto cool means, auto cool is something, it runs automatically. It checks the temperature indoor, temperature outdoor, and it maintains an optimum balance, like by what temperature you can feel comfortable. This works fine, but sometimes you may feel it is not too cold enough, or it is too cold. The other function is cool, which is direct. You press cool, it cools down. This LED filter is basically whenever the LED filter cleaning button glows up, you press it, you can reset that indicator. So sometimes what happens is you don't need the display, that ambient temperature sensor display. Just press this button, the display turns off, that light turns off. So you can also use for that. Fan is basically turns off cooling, and only fan keeps running. And you have a timer on, timer off. You press, you basically can set how much timer do you need. So one thing is to switch off the timer, you need to keep pressing all these buttons until you cross the 13 hours and it goes back to 0. That's a little bad design. They should have thrown in another button which just says set or cancel. One button could have done the job. So basically same with timer off and timer on, how many hours you need to switch on the timer and what hours you need to switch off the timer. Whenever you press the timer button, the timer indication also glows up on the air conditioner. And the horizontal swing button, you press it, the swing switches on. So that's it. This is that simple. So but if you look at the remote, it has an black light on the display. So the LG remote, the switches glow, but display don't have any backlight. And even in dark, it is fairly easy to use. So I don't know if my camera is able to pick it up, or even in absolute darkness, the power and the main buttons like modes glow. It's not to that larger extent, but they do glow. And when setting temperature, the screen switches on. So it is very easy for you to understand what is happening on the air conditioner. So Hitachi calls this remote control as something called Remocon. It is like their trademark name. So yeah, this is a good design. You don't need a complex remote control. You can control all the buttons within one hand. They are in good reach. So I feel electronics should be designed in such a simple and efficient way. They just need to do their job, especially when it comes to remote controls of the ACs. It should get the basics right. Like it has a backlight on the display. You can see it in the dark. You can use it in the dark. That is more than enough. So yeah. So at this price point, should you go for a Hitachi air conditioner? Yes, you should, because the value what it offers for that particular price is outstanding. There is no other brand in this particular price range that can give you that good value for money. When it comes to cooling efficiency, the design looks excellent, compared to the other brands. It looks great when you install it on the wall. The cooling efficiency is great. I do understand that they're using a much older refrigerant R410A compared to R32. Maybe Hitachi didn't upgrade their production systems to use R32, or there is some other technical reason for using R410. So we don't know that, but does it do the job? Yes, it does the job very good. And the service is on par good, because nowadays every company has been outsourcing their service, and the service center in Hyderabad handles Hitachi, LG and Samsung also, and even Panasonic. So you call them, there is going to be some guy who turns up from the service center. So service is not an issue right now, and the service rates are okay. They're reasonable. They're on par with the others. And I had to call the service guy 2 times because to install a drain pipe or something, and both the times they have been very punctual, and their hospitality is very good when they come up for service, and they don't like to overcharge or trick people. Till date, the experience has been great. And when it comes to the functionality, I'm very happy. And right now I repent that I should have taken all the 3 air conditioners in my home from Hitachi itself, because it is that good. Don't just carried away by features that are not relevant to you, because you're not going to use features like comfort air, Himalayan cool. You don't need all those. You need basic functions. The functionality has to be very good. The particular, when it comes to airthrow in this particular model, it is outstanding. There is no other competition. Maybe Daikin has that Coanda airflow, which is maybe could be better than Hitachi, but I didn't check it. And Daikin has some controversial installation things. They need plug outside near the outdoor unit. So if you want to choose an air conditioner, and if you especially live at a tropical zone where the temperatures go very high, close your eyes, buy a Hitachi. Don't look at any other brand. Don't fall into trap all the feature lists that LG and Samsung has to offer. So when it comes to air conditioners, trust the premium brands. They offer a much greater value for money compared to the other low tier brands. So yeah, so this is my review and opinion about Hitachi air conditioner. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. Thank you.